Are you a procrastinator? Chronic procrastination may not only be impacting your performance, it may also be negatively impacting your mental and physical health. Hit the like button if you're ready to learn how to stop procrastinating so that you can get your stuff done with more ease. Hi, I'm Katy Oliveira, and I help students like you figure out who they are, what they want to do with their life, and use their education and experience to make it happen. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and click the bell so you're notified every time I upload new videos to help you thrive during college. Do you put your work off until later? Maybe you stream YouTube when it's time to write a paper, or maybe you're scrolling Instagram or Snapchat when it's time to do your math problems. I see you, and don't worry, I've got you. In this video, I'm not only going to explain why you procrastinate, but I'm going to share 3 strategies that you can use to stop yourself from procrastinating when you notice it happening in the moment. First things first, I want to spend a minute getting really clear on what procrastination is, because I see a lot of my students and clients mixing procrastination up with laziness. And as I'm sure you're probably guessing already, procrastination and laziness are not the same thing. Procrastination describes the behavior that you're putting something off that you know you really need to do something else, even though you know it's a really bad idea. It's not the same as laziness because you're replacing one task with another more comfortable task. So you're still taking action. You're not replacing doing something for doing nothing. You're replacing doing something that's uncomfortable with something that's more comfortable. So procrastination is not about being lazy. It's about something else. The most current research on procrastination points to our bad moods or uncomfortable and challenging emotions as the most likely causes. That's right, your procrastination habit is not a sign of a character flaw or something that you're stuck with for your whole life. It is a normal human response to a bad mood or an uncomfortable or challenging emotion like boredom, frustration, or self-doubt. Your procrastination is giving you temporary relief from that uncomfortable or challenging emotion. And that relief is making you feel motivated to procrastinate because it's rewarding you, but not alleviating the discomfort surrounding the task that you really need to get done can actually make things a lot worse in the long run, because when you return to the task, not only is the uncomfortable emotion still there, but now it's been compounded with other complicated emotions like guilt, stress, and anxiety because you still need to get the task at hand done. This might lead you to procrastinate again, which causes a chronic cycle of procrastination where you face a task and then you avoid the task to procrastinate because the task is too uncomfortable. So how do you get out of this cycle? It's important to understand this stuff because chronic procrastination, even if at the end of the day you get all of your stuff done, can have some negative impact. It not only can impact your overall performance, but it's also been tied to negatively impacting your mental and physical health. Current research is finding that chronic procrastination is measurably destructive to our mental and physical health, contributing to conditions like psychological distress, low life satisfaction, symptoms of depression, anxiety, chronic illness, and even hypertension and cardiovascular disease. And like any other habit, you have the power to shift your mindset and change your behavior when you sense that you're starting to procrastinate. You are not a procrastinator. Procrastination is only a behavior and a habit that you can change. But before we jump into those techniques, I want you to take a minute to practice a little self-compassion. I want you to forgive yourself for procrastinating. And I want you to accept that you are not a procrastinator. You are a human being that procrastinates, because procrastinating is a normal human behavior. I start here because there is some scientific evidence that suggests that forgiving yourself for procrastinating is the first step. And detaching yourself from this identity as a procrastinator is really important in allowing you to shift your behavior. I know this is kind of a weird place to start, but there is some scientific evidence that suggests it's really important to forgive yourself and detach from your identity as a procrastinator to recognize it as a separate behavior. before you can actually change the behavior. So let bygones be bygones, let your past procrastinator tendencies go, forgive yourself, recognize that you're just a human doing human things, and let's talk about how to stop procrastinating. Strategy 1 is to prepare your workspace. I know on its face that tidying up your workspace can kind of seem like good old-fashioned procrastination in and of itself, but I assure you taking 5 or 10 minutes to kind of clean up your space, close down tabs that you don't need, clear papers, make sure that your phone's on airplane mode and in a drawer in another room can go a long way in helping you limit distraction and have the discipline to sit down and get your work done. Preparing your workspace can also include taking care of your biological needs, so making sure you have a drink, that you have a snack, that you have gone to the potty, yes, I said potty, and that you have a comfortable space, but not a too comfortable space that's gonna maybe entice you to nap. And like I said before, it also includes eliminating distractions like closing down tabs, going to a place that doesn't have a lot of background talking, and taking your phone, putting it on airplane mode, putting it in a drawer in another room where you have to walk to it so that it's super inconvenient for you to go get it. The second strategy is to create a task reserve. One of the top reasons I procrastinate is because of all the little things that are moderately important but not urgent that I need to do that pop into my head while I'm trying to do the thing that I'm trying to do. It can be really hard to fight the urge to write that grocery list or send that email or make that call or send that text that you've been meaning to send in the moment, because it feels important and it's enticing because you can accomplish a task that you need to get done really quickly and feel like you are being productive. But the reality is that you're really, at the end of the day, avoiding the thing that you really need to get done. So rather than get distracted by all these little things that pop up in your mind, I like to create a space to capture them. So you can grab a scrap piece of paper, or you can make a digital note, as long as you're honest and you don't go on any other apps, to capture all of these little things that you need to do as they pop up in your mind, so that you don't feel like you need to do them right now. There's some science that suggests that when we actually put something into a list and we set it aside and we know when we're gonna take care of it, that it removes the stress and anxiety from our mind. Our mind feels like that's as good as done, and it allows us to put our focus on something else. The third strategy is to let go of your perfectionist mindset. Another way that we tend to justify procrastination is that we want the conditions to be absolutely perfect. We want to have the perfect space, we want to have the perfect resources, we want to have the perfect mood, the perfect mindset. But the reality is that the conditions are never going to be perfect. And so if you're waiting for the perfect conditions, you're never going to get started. Perfectionism is paralyzing, and it can often keep us from doing anything at all. Done is almost always better than perfect. Allowing yourself to get messy and just get in there and start taking action might seem like it's taking more time, but in the long run, you're going to have opportunities to refine the work, and getting it started and getting it rolling actually takes less time than waiting for perfect conditions to happen. Allowing yourself to get messy and refine your work later is going to make it way easier to get started. Sometimes that action potential or getting started is the most important part of the work, and once you get rolling, it becomes easier and easier to get the stuff done. So if you can get past your perfectionist mindset and just get in there and get started, you're gonna find that probably the task is gonna take you less time than if you hem and haw and sit around waiting for the perfect conditions. Now, these are just 3 strategies for helping you stop procrastination in the moment. I know that there are a lot more out there and that there are a lot of ways to get it done. So I'd love to hear from you. What are some strategies that you use to help you stop procrastinating when you sense that you're starting to procrastinate? Go ahead and share them in the comments now. If you like this video, share it with a friend and hit the subscribe button and click the bell so you're notified anytime I release new videos on how to thrive during college. If you want more help getting a handle on your time during college, click the video on your screen right now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you over in that video.